Livelsberger of Colorado Springs. This photo obtained by News Nation. Livelsberger was an active duty Army soldier from Colorado who was on what they call approved leave at the time of his death yesterday. This is according to an Army spokesperson. Now, authorities searching his Colorado Springs home at this moment. He allegedly served at the same Army base as Shamsuddin Jabbar, that New Orleans New Year's Day attacker we've been reporting on all morning. Both reportedly served at Fort Bragg, now Fort Liberty, located in North Carolina.
But it ain't related, though.
Still investigating a possible link between the two attackers. With this update on the investigation this morning.
As you know, there's also an FBI investigation in Las Vegas. We are following up on all potential leads and not ruling everything out. However, at this point, there is no definitive link between the attack here in New Orleans and the one in Las Vegas.
You think?
Let me take you back to yesterday evening.
Well,
Video
believe
footage
in
here shows forensic investigators combing through the Cybertruck
Welcome
after
in,
it
y'all.
exploded outside of Trump Tower.
At
around 11 o'clock last night, the Tesla truck was towed from the scene, covered right there with a tarp, and a body now identified as Livelsberger still inside. Here was a look outside of Trump Tower. This is from earlier this morning, nearly 24 hours after the chaotic scene unfolded on the first day of the new year. It is a much different scene today, as you can imagine. Do keep in mind, Vegas is the entertainment capital of the world, and the holiday brings people from around the world to the Vegas Strip to ring in the new year. So all of that to say, you can only imagine how terrifying this explosion must have been. Trump Tower guests described the moments before and after the truck exploded right outside of their hotel.
I touched the revolving door. I was about to go out to get our car, and a lot of fireworks started going off, just dozens of fireworks nonstop.
There were a couple of elderlies behind me, a woman and husband, and she actually got really hurt because she was there at the moment. I keep imagining that if we arrived 10 minutes earlier, it was supposed to be us.
The Las Vegas sheriff giving a timeline of the incident, saying that the truck arrived in Vegas around 7:30 in the morning yesterday, drove up and down the strip for about 1 hour, which you see here captured on camera. Then the Cybertruck pulled into the Trump Tower valet before exploding. Once the flames were extinguished, investigators at the scene found gasoline tanks, camping fuel, and even large fireworks in the
I definitely believe that they were working together. I mean, they went to they was on the same base. They was in the same military. And what was the other one? I keep forgetting the third one. But I mean, the last press conference we just watched, they said that it was, that Jabbar was what they call him? He was the only person that did this. That's what they said. But they not worried about nobody else. Well, this guy is gone, so they don't have to worry about him planning anything. But the way that they said it was he was working alone. But I guess they are still investigating. But yeah, there is no way. They definitely had to be communicating some kind of way. They was well, how did you come to that conclusion? Well, through technology, basically the cell phones. There was no communication and all of this stuff, and now they saying this. Both are in Fort Bragg, both were in Afghanistan. Rented vehicles, yes, from Turo. Yes, that's the one. I wasn't even thinking about the Afghanistan one. I'm not sure of their religion. I don't think it has anything to do with religion.
Bed of the truck.
The
FBI with this message in a press conference yesterday.
We do not believe that there's a bunch of folks out there supporting this or helping this, and we don't believe that there's any other danger to the community right now.
Authorities have traced the truck back to a rental place.
Well, I guess the way that he said it, it wouldn't be a danger if he was only working with the guy that's unalive now.
Colorado Springs, and it is confirmed the truck was rented by Livelsberger through the Turo app, which is the same app used to rent the vehicle in the New Orleans massacre. Tesla CEO Elon Musk responding to the incident, saying the explosion was caused by very large fireworks or a bomb carried in the bed of the truck. Unrelated, he says, to the truck itself. He posted this on social media platform X, quote, "The evil knuckleheads picked the wrong vehicle for a terrorist attack. Cybertruck actually contained the explosion and directed the blast upwards. Not even the glass doors of the lobby were broken."
This is a good way to sell them vehicles, I tell you. I mean, when he pulled up in a Cybertruck at Trump Plaza, of course it's looking like he's targeting them because they now working together. So, yeah, what's up with that?
Quote. Now, Eric Trump serves as an executive at the Trump Organization. He did release a statement after yesterday's attack, thanking law enforcement and the fire department for their quick response. That is the very latest in the newsroom. I'm Megan Tellis. Frank, Jess, back to you.
There's a press conference in Las Vegas about that Tesla blowing up in front of the Trump Hotel. Let's go to that.
A lot of these guns that we're going to talk about here, they're almost just burnt beyond recognition as well. There's a SLR model B30 semi-automatic firearm, number of fireworks that were still in the vehicle that had to be removed. Notably, we found an iPhone and a smartwatch, and then several credit cards were also in the name of our subject. Our subject is 37-year-old Matthew Livelsberger. He's of Colorado Springs, Colorado, born July 22nd of 1987. Now, as you'll see here on a picture of his driver's license, let's see, the question really still remains for me, and I know that there's a lot of you folks in the media that are identifying this person as the person in our vehicle. As I mentioned to you already, his body is burnt beyond recognition. And I do still not have confirmation 100% that that is the individual that was inside of our vehicle. And so as I'm calling it now, the subject or person of interest, I will not come back until I have the confirmation through DNA or medical records that this is indeed, in fact, the subject inside of the vehicle. Now, further complicating this identification of this individual, we also discovered through the coroner's office that the individual had sustained a gunshot wound to the head prior to the detonation of the vehicle. One of the handguns was found at his feet inside of the vehicle.
Wait a minute.
Obviously, in how we're trying,
he could have got away and put somebody else in the vehicle. I don't know. Or it could just be him. But active duty military? What?
Trying to identify him, and I'm feeling comfortable to give you this information, is a tremendous amount of substantial evidence to include he rented the Turo vehicle. There are 2 tattoos, one of which was on the stomach and one of which is on the arm, that we can see bits and pieces of it as in comparison to what it is that we now know he had on his body.
If it's that guy, he had like a sleeve, I think I seen. Let me.
That has given us a lot of confidence that this is, in fact, the same person, as well as which the clearly obvious, which is the credit cards, the military identification, the passport. And then furthermore, as you'll see here in just a very short period of time, we tracked his movements from Colorado to Las Vegas. And in a number of the photographs that we were able to determine, he was the individual that was driving the vehicle. And also, I'd like to iterate this point to you. We still have only ever seen him in this vehicle, and we're not aware of any other subjects involved in this particular case. Now, I would like to acknowledge a couple of things because I know what's going on in the social media world, and there are a number of things in this case that are similar to the attack in New Orleans. We do know that our subject here served in the military. In fact, he's a current member of the military. Both of the subjects served at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. What we do know about that is it's a very large military base, and we have no record that they served in the same unit or even at the same years at Fort Bragg, something that continues to remain under investigation. I also know that they both served in Afghanistan in 2009. We don't have any evidence that they were in the same province in Afghanistan, the same location, or the same unit. Again, something else that remains under investigation. And we also know, of course, that they both used the rental company Turo to rent their vehicles. As far as his military background, it's been confirmed by DOD that he was indeed in the United States Army. He was also a Green Beret operations sergeant who spent most of his time at Fort Carson, Colorado, and in Germany. He was on approved leave from Germany, where he was serving with the 10th Special Forces Group. He was also previously in the National Guard and the Army Reserve. I'd like to point out to you that through exceptional joint investigative effort, we've gotten to a place where we believe we can show you his route to Las Vegas from Colorado, and Carlos will put up the map there for you. And we know that he rented the Cybertruck in Denver on December 28th. We tracked his movements through the Tesla charging stations to Monument, Colorado on December 30th. On the 31st of December, the truck was charged in Trinidad, Colorado, Las Vegas, New Mexico, and Albuquerque and Gallup, New Mexico. On January 1st, the truck was charged in Holbrook, Flagstaff, and Kingman, Arizona. We last tracked the truck in Kingman at 05:33 yesterday morning. The truck was first spotted in Las Vegas at 7:29 a.m. yesterday. And Carlos will pull up a picture of the truck pulling onto Fashion Show Drive here. And that picture was observed at about 7:34 a.m. We know that he pulled into the Trump Valet, and I believe we have a video of that. You can see the Cybertruck highlighted there. So through extensive surveillance video, we were able to track him leaving there, and we know that he went to several different places along Las Vegas Boulevard, and he spent some time in a parking lot of a business near Flamingo and Las Vegas Boulevard. We didn't have a video of the truck pulling back onto Las Vegas Boulevard from the Sands. See that there? That's north on the boulevard from Sands at 8:39, where he then immediately heads to the Trump Hotel, pulls into the valet area, and as of course you all know, the explosion occurs within 17 seconds of his arrival at the valet. There's some additional investigative updates that are going to be provided to you by a couple of the other speakers here, the first of which will be our special agent in charge of the FBI local office, Spencer Evans. Spencer?
Good morning. My name is Spencer Evans. I'm the special agent in charge of the FBI's Las Vegas division.
Wait, before he say that, I want to tell you about this right quick, because I see Lisa's like feeling like he was set up. That wasn't him and stuff like that. So his uncle actually spoke, and it says, just then, family of accused Trump Hotel bomber Matthew questioned the incident. The uncle of Matthew, told the Independent that he was confused by the explosion because his nephew could rig a bomb to blow up half of the hotel if he really wanted to do damage. He used to have all patriotic stuff on Facebook. He was 100% loving the country. He loved Trump. He was always a very, very patriotic soldier, a patriotic American. Is one of the reasons he was in special forces for so many years. It wasn't just one tour of duty. Matt was a very skilled warrior, and he would be able to make it. And he would be able to make it was him. What? And he would be able to make if it was him. He would have been able to make it if it was him. And if he did this, he would have been able to make it a more sophisticated explosion than using a propane tank and camping fuel. Some of it doesn't make sense when he has skills and ability to make something more, let's say, efficient. His skills were enormous from what he had been taught in the military. He could have fashioned a bomb that would have obliterated half of that hotel if he seriously wanted to hurt someone. Uh-oh. I wasn't expecting this. Hold on. Hey, we don't know because it don't make sense. I mean, people was calling him stupid and everything else. Like, you took yourself out. But, hey, I don't know. Let's hear what they gonna tell us because his family ain't believing it.
As the sheriff mentioned, we've been working through the night with our partners, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department and other agencies, to gather all the facts and determine a motive to what was initially reported to the FBI as a bombing incident, to which our special agent bomb techs and others responded. Obviously, we're always concerned in these sorts of events to ascertain what the motive is. We understand that's everybody's at the forefront of everyone's thoughts. And so looking into exactly what the motivation is remains our number one priority. This is why the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force has been brought into play. The Joint Terrorism Task Force, most important part of that acronym is joint. It is done in concert with our partners, which are comprised of more than a dozen investigative agencies here throughout the state of Nevada. We've been working hand in glove, side by side, tirelessly to determine, is there any ongoing threat to the public, to identify the subject, to determine any potential connection to other events going on in the world, most notably in New Orleans, and then obviously to determine if there's anything else that we need to be tracking down. At this time, as the sheriff's pointed out, we feel that the subject has been identified, although not conclusively, waiting for DNA evidence on that front. However, we do feel like we have the subject identified, and at this time, there is no information about additional subjects that the FBI is tracking on. Our resources, as I mentioned, that have been deployed in support of this event include Special Agent Bomb Techs, our evidence response team, which is processing crime scenes, side by side with the forensics folks from Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, our investigators, our intelligence analysts, and then outside of the FBI Las Vegas field office, we have investigative leads that are being conducted by FBI field offices, both internationally and domestically as well. As always, when the FBI is involved with any sort of case like this, we ask for help for the public. Anyone with information related to this incident, we encourage you to please call 1-800-CALL-FBI, or you can submit a tip online at tips.fbi.gov. We've already received thousands of tips related to this incident. The challenge that we face moving forward is to separate those that are pertinent and relevant and those that can be verified for those from those that have not. For example, one of the tips that we received just today relates to information alluding to this subject's personal experiences related to his time and activity in the military. Again, that's unverified and uncorroborated, but one of many tips and leads that we'll be following up in the days that come. If you have any additional information, again, encourage everyone, 1-800-CALL-FBI or submit it online, tips.fbi.gov. We will tirelessly work to exhaust all investigative leads and conclusively determine what the nature of this particular incident was, what the motivation was, and to the extent possible, share all that information as we obtain it. I'll now turn some time over to the Assistant Special Agent in charge from the ATF, Kenny Cooper.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Kenny Cooper. I'm the Assistant Special Agent in charge of ATF San Francisco Field Division. ATF is bringing our expertise in post-blast investigations and our crime gun intelligence to specifically assist in this investigation. I will tell you that our Special Agent Bomb Techs are working with FBI and with Las Vegas Metro and sifting through that post-blast debris to find components and investigative leads that will derive from that evidence process. We're too early into that investigation process to give any determination as far as how this device was initiated. I will say that we do know that the components primarily consist of fireworks, mortars, aerial shells, and are all consumer fireworks. Nothing commercial grade has been discovered at this point. And we've identified some fuel enhancers like the Coleman fuel and VP Racing fuel, and some explosive targets that can be purchased at any sporting goods store. We've also, as the sheriff mentioned, we've identified 2 semi-automatic handguns recovered from the Tesla. We have successfully traced those firearms, and I can tell you that Matthew Livelsberger lawfully purchased both of these firearms on December 30th, 2024. We have agents following up those investigative leads. We know exactly where those firearms were purchased, and we will share any developments from those leads as
why would he buy brand new firearms if I'm sure he probably already had his own. That's different.
They come in. Thank you.
We also have the Clark County Fire Chief here, John Steinbeck, and he didn't have any additional updates, but if there's any questions in regards to what the fire department did during this, he's here to answer those questions as well. With that, I'd just like to say before I take a couple questions from all of you, you'll notice that we're not releasing information that we haven't corroborated and verified. We're very well aware of all of the things that are going around on social media. But that's just the way we're going to conduct this investigation. We're not putting it out until we can tell you for a fact what information it is that we're putting out. And so we're going to continue to do that. But I'm also confident to tell the Las Vegas community and this great nation that we don't believe there's any further threat from this subject or anybody associated to him here in Las Vegas. With that, Denise, I saw you had your hand up. If you could just identify yourself, please.
Did the suspect have any other connections to Las Vegas? Had he ever been here before, or any reason to be here?
So the question was, did the subject have any ties to Las Vegas, or had he ever been here before? I do believe we had one instance a number of years ago where he stayed at a local hotel, but we're still trying to verify that information as well. Sir?
The David Charles, KLAS TV. There was, you have a gentleman in a Cybertruck Trump Hotel. There's information that the FBI was in Colorado Springs last night, possibly at this gentleman's home. Any information about why?
I think I'll let Spencer answer that question.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, the motivation at this point is unknown. We are, as I mentioned earlier, following investigative leads both domestically and internationally as well. And so that includes search warrants and witness interviews, collecting forensic information, and basically trying to compile the facts. And so there's investigative activity taking place literally around the globe, trying to determine what the potential nexus is. But at this time, at this particular moment in time, as the sheriff aptly said, we have to focus on what we know and what we don't know. We know we have a bombing, absolutely, and it's a bombing that certainly has factors that raise concern. It's not lost on us that it's in front of, of the Trump building, that it's a Tesla vehicle, but we don't have information at this point that definitively tells us or suggests it was because of this particular ideology or any of the reasoning behind it. That's the purpose of the investigation that we're conducting, is to get to the bottom of exactly what happened, why and how.
Sir.
Tim Caputo with KBC in Los Angeles. You mentioned a number of similarities between this case and the one in New Orleans. How far in the investigation process do you guys go to try to rule out that they are connected, knowing that you already have a couple of things that seem to connect them together?
So the question is how are we working to rule in or rule out any connections to the New Orleans event? And the answer to that is every tip and lead that comes in, every piece of evidence that comes in, we don't discount it. We work it through it. It's a interesting thing during these kinds of investigations that if these turn out to be simply similarities, very strange similarities to have. And so we're not prepared to rule in or rule out anything at this point. There's lots more for us to do in this investigation. We haven't even gotten into the phones or the computers, which are usually very, very instructive and informative to us as we investigate. And we've got a lot more work to do to trace him, to see the stores that he went to rule out anybody else. Lots of investigative work to do. And we're just trying to give you an update on what we know now that is factual.
The last press conference that we looked at when we were live, that press conference was talking about the New Orleans incident, which would be the Jabber or whatever his name was. And they said that they used technology and knew that he wasn't communicating with nobody else. I mean, they used stuff like phone records and stuff like that. And this guy is saying that they haven't checked this guy's phone records yet. But I would think that the two would be in communication, like New Orleans and them, because of the similarities. But this is interesting because I didn't expect that twist with what his family is saying. But yeah, it'll be interesting to find out. But why would he have purchased new weapons? What he said, December 24th of this year, he had just purchased that. So that's easy to get proof of that. You know? So interesting.
Please give
a thumbs up, y'all, and welcome to my channel.
We believe the question was the gunshot self-inflicted, and we do believe it was, since he was the only person in the vehicle, and it occurred immediately prior to the vehicle blowing up. Back there, sir.
Yes, sir. Morgan Chesky, NBC News. With the evidence you've seen so far, are you comfortable now calling this a suicide mission?
You don't believe
The question is, am I comfortable calling it a suicide mission? I'm comfortable calling it a suicide with the bombing that occurred immediately thereafter. I'm not giving it any other labels.
And with the friends and family you've spoken to so far, have they shared any prior red flags?
Remember, they kept on saying that the guy, like, when he pulled up, he was only sitting there for 15 seconds before the bomb went off. So would that have been enough time to... I mean, how would it have gone off without him pushing a button? And if he unalived himself, he couldn't push the button after that. And he could have did. I don't know, man. This is a different twist. Like my mind is just going right now. Like, what?
The question is, did we have any of the family members share any particular red flags? Again, I'll go back to what I know is circulating on social media, but none of that has been verified at this point.
Final question real quickly. All the components you found inside the Cybertruck, were they all purchased in Colorado?
The question is, were all the components found inside of the Cybertruck purchased in Colorado? And I don't know the answer to that. That's part of why we're doing the extensive part of the investigation.
Neil, Associated Press, can you talk a little bit about the security measures you have in place at the hotel now?
Put that flag in there.
So, as you all know, we had just successfully completed a New Year's Eve event where hundreds of thousands of people come to Las Vegas. I've extended our posture just like it is for a New Year's Eve event, where I have thousands of police officers that are working day in and day out. Obviously, dozens and dozens of people that are working on this investigation as well. We'll continue to look at what that security posture looks like, but I'm confident in the safety of our community as we move forward. Go ahead in the middle there.
Sean Mueller, Channel 13 here in Las Vegas, ABC. Did Livelsberger have any sort of criminal record at all? And also, do you know when that Turo vehicle was rented?
The question was, is there any criminal record? None that I'm aware of. That has not been brought to my attention that he had a criminal record. And I said that the Cybertruck was rented on December 28th in Denver, Colorado. Right here.
Hi, Stephanie Price.
On the 28th.
Hi.
Hi. Have you guys been able to verify that he checked into the Resort World Hotel the day before this?
The question is, do we know if he checked into the Resorts World the day before this? I'm not aware of that information.
What?
Sir?
Mike Allen, Fox 5 Vegas. You mentioned increased security presence at the Trump International. Is that going to extend further along the strip? Or
I just want to say, when they ask questions, the media, they already be knowing the answer or thinking they know.
is it just there? And how long do you anticipate that?
The question is generally about the security posture, and that's entirely our entire community, not only Fremont Street and the Strip, but surrounding neighborhoods as well, just to make sure that we have the community feeling that level of safety that they need to feel after an event such as this. Right next to you there.
Katie from the Las Vegas Review-Journal. How exactly were you guys able to use the charging stations to track the car's route?
The question is, how were we able to use the tracking or the charging stations to track the vehicle all the way through? And I'm not exactly sure how to answer that question just yet. I know that there's some capability by being able to determine that the car is connected to the charger. One of the things that we're looking for is anybody that may have been at the charging location at the same time. We're looking to try to identify them because their vehicles would have also had cameras that would have taped anybody in and around them. We're trying to get people that may have been in the same locations at the same time that have video on their vehicle that could provide that video to us as well. I'll take two more. Go ahead.
Rio Yamant again, AP. Can you talk about the damage being contained by the Cybertruck itself, and do you think that plays into whether he was aiming to hurt others or was it a public suicide?
Yeah, the question is about the Cybertruck and the lack of damage to the Cybertruck and containing the explosion. Carlos, if you could put that truck back up there, it might be helpful. But, you know, you'll see if you look on the outside of that vehicle, it's hard to tell from that photograph. But other than the windows being gone, that's a bit more disassembled than it was at the scene. And the back area being blown off, there's no evidence of physical damage to the sides of that vehicle. And so the explosion that was in that vehicle sort of vented out and up, but it didn't even damage the glass doors at the trunk. So I'm not sure what that means. I also know that there's a number of unexploded pieces of the things that he had inside of that vehicle. And so I just don't think that it was done as well as he was expecting it to be done. But go ahead.
Sofia Rodriguez with Univision Vegas. I was wondering, were you able to recover the video from the Cybertruck or was that destructive?
So the question is, are we able to recover the video from the Cybertruck? And many of you may know that those Cybertrucks contain a tremendous number of cameras. Again, Mr. Musk has sent out a number of his folks that will be arriving here this afternoon with the intent to try to capture the part of that capture.
It's a great way to make Elon Musk relevant to this whole presidency thing and all that stuff.
Captured all of the video from inside of the truck. Sir?
Just quickly, you had mentioned a number of the components in the back of the truck that did not go off. Maybe this is a better suited question.
He get to come into this thing being a hero with this this military vehicle that didn't mess up. And you know, it's already a different type of vehicle with charging stations and cameras and all the different things like this. Interesting. It's just things as
for ATF, but when it comes to the rudimentary nature of the bomb, I think we mostly think of a bomb that is connected. This seems like individual kind of incendiary and combustible components put together. Can you speak to how you think this is a bomb, or was it just several pieces of things that might blow up and might explode that were just lit and gone off at the same time?
Yeah, I'll tell you, it does appear that it was, I just want to be careful with my language here, but the level of sophistication is not what we would expect from an individual with this type of military experience. That most of that, the materials inside that Tesla were fuel to help fuel a greater explosion.
A 2-year-old could have did this. I mean, you put gasoline and flames and fireworks, and yeah, of course it's gonna go off.
But it's too early to answer any question as if there was sophisticated connectivity to those components to make it ignite in the way that it did.
We seen with the other case that we was just covering with the fireworks in Hawaii. We see what fireworks alone can do. This is very, even with that happening, I just feel like that's an odd coincidence too. You got two incidents. Oh, that's the other thing they got in common. He had stuff in the back of his truck that caused, you know, all of this kind of stuff. He had some of the similar things in the back of his truck too, fireworks and all of that stuff. And then, yeah, it's too many coincidences not to be related. But it's
All right, there was one last hand over here. I'll take your last question.
This is for Special Agent Evans, Mike Carter, Newsmax. Any idea if the suspect has been in touch with any outside terrorist groups? Has this investigation extended globally?
The question is, do we know whether the subject's been in touch with any outside terrorist groups, or if it's been investigated globally. And Spencer, you want me to? Okay.
So the question about whether it's being investigated globally, absolutely. Like I said, we're running down investigative leads around the world. No information that we're aware of right now that connects this individual to any terrorist organization around the world. But that's obviously the thrust of the investigation, is ruling out that there's any sort of, terrorism nexus, and then again, getting at what the ideology is.
We appreciate you all coming, and we will be back before you when there's substantial updates to provide to you. Thanks for all your great work.
Man, what do y'all think about that? Let me move this. Let me see what the poll says. Oh. Stop that right quick. And so are y'all feeling like this was a setup? Okay. So do you believe Matt was set up? 33% says yes, 30% says no, and 37% is on the fence. Wow. So we really don't know, and they don't know. They're not sure. They said he was charred. Can that vehicle drive by itself? Right? Don't those cars drive by themselves? Somebody let me know, because if they do, easily they could have put a body in there, man. But explain him going to if this guy, Jabbar, was his friend, he could have asked him to go. I don't know. Man, hey, Miss V. Yeah, we've been lied to so much. Just saying, yes, they drive themselves. So with that being said, he could have, just been propped up and put in there. And then they could have been detonated from somewhere else. I don't know. But I wasn't even thinking about this twist, y'all. But when I read what the parents are saying, and from my last live stream, I meant to put this picture of the flag because remember he had a flag. The other guy had a flag on the back of his truck. Let me get back over here. What the heck? Speaking of Trump, wait, let me see. Speaking of Trump and Elon, they was jamming y'all on New Year's, honey. The YMCA or whatever they was dancing to. And then all of this. Have your fun now. You got a lot of work to do. Allegedly. Please smack the thumbs up, y'all. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Please subscribe. Let me look and see what people are saying. Oh, now here's the flag. Right away, people were saying that it was some type of ISIS flag or whatever. So I noticed that they had zip tied it closed. Where the heck is it? This is the guy that might not be the guy. I don't know. But that's allegedly what was on the back of the truck. So they got it laid out, taking a picture. Okay, so hold on. So Las Vegas police have revealed that the Trump Cybertruck bomber identified as Matthew sustained a gunshot wound to the head prior to the explosion of the vehicle. However, authorities have been unable to positively identify his remains due to severe charring from the blast. In additional connection. Yeah, because you would have thought you would have heard some screams or something too. He still, even if he wanted to do that to himself, how do you be in there and not making no noise or anything, not try to get out and change your mind in the middle? It just don't make sense that he would pull up and do that in 15 seconds. And I was sitting up here like, well, how can he do all of that? I don't know. Was it? Yeah. I mean, they should be able to see. Nah, that thing was flamed up though. So it's like killing two birds with one stone. Literally. In additional connection, it has come to light that both Matthew and Jabber, served in Afghanistan in 2009, raising further questions about potential links between the two. So, let's see. I'm telling you. Oh, wait. Photo of Department of Defense common access card belonging to Matthew Sargent that was recovered from the Tesla Cyber that exploded outside. Wait, how they get the? Oh, it must have. Let me show y'all this. Yeah, that is him though. I mean, I guess. I mean, this is a legit picture because it's on that blue thing that they were showing stuff on. They got like a ID, military ID. I guess. Yeah. It says Army. Wait, is that July 2027 on there? Or wait, I can't make it out. I mean, it ain't charred like that though. Those weapons charred. Very interesting. Let me drop this picture in there. This thing had to start over. Shout out to everybody in the building. I'm letting this picture. Anybody want to call in? Let me put the call in number up. Y'all can call in and let me know. Let us know what y'all think. Just say your name and where you're calling from. If you do call in, no profanity, please. And stay on topic. And if you don't call in, that's fine too. But I would like to know what y'all think. Okay, here's the ID. That ain't burnt enough to have been in that vehicle. I don't know. I'm looking at the comments now. Welcome back, y'all. Bronze, Latasha Turk. Thank y'all for coming back in. Okay, so let's see what the people saying, man. We just gonna look because they've been solving this case right away. I mean, they had that picture. Oh, okay. So hold on. Somebody just said, has anybody thought that the guy may have been dead before he even showed up in front of the building? Yeah, we did think of that. And maybe that truck drove itself. Yes. Yes, we did. Or it was remotely. Okay, but he had to go to charging stations along the way. So that would tell the story for sure. Why would he even take a picture like this? Hold on, I gotta show y'all this. Now this is real shady right here. Like, why would you even? Wait a minute. Hold on now, Matthew. These are two stunningly different pictures. Let's see what y'all think of this one. Come on, man. Let me turn my music up. Yeah, I'm about to want to see what y'all think about this picture, though. This picture got me thinking, wondering some more stuff now. What are we doing here, sir? Please smack that thumbs up, y'all. They be playing me on the thumbs up. And I know y'all ain't like that. The 389 people in here right now. So please smack that thumbs up just in case you forgot. Oh, dang it. It's a tough guy photo and another guy photo, basically. Let me see. Thank you for the hearts and the celebrations. I see y'all. Okay, now we at 37% that y'all think he was set up. It keep going back and forth from 37 to 36. Thank y'all for the love. I definitely appreciate it. The Cybertruck doesn't have autopilot mode yet. It's been a big criticism of the vehicle. So you saying it don't drive itself? Somebody else said it drives itself. I didn't look it up. I would think it would drive itself. Okay. So here's Matthew here. I don't know why he would take a picture like this. A little sus. Striking difference from the tough guy photo he got right there. Is that Matthew right there? Let me know. Let me know. Okay, let me see what the people saying. So, yeah, people are not, people are feeling away. Like maybe he was set up. But that DNA should be able to tell, if that's what it is. I got a feeling y'all feeling some other kind of way. Wait a minute. Somebody said Lorna Lunar has uncovered the real wife of Matthew, the driver. Okay, hold on now. That was Jennifer Ann. Records show he married a Jennifer lady, 7/8/22. Wait, why we care? I really don't care about that part. Oh shoot. This headline said the Cybertruck blast suspect was a Rambo type. He don't look like the Rambo type with that ice cream cone. But, when he in all the gear. But anyway, the Cybertruck blast suspect was a Rambo type who loved Trump, his family says. Hold on, let's see. Somebody said, think of Oklahoma City. He said McVeigh was just a normal soldier, not a tier 1 operator like Matt. I mean, I don't really know what that means. Let me read what they. So somebody wrote that FBI deputy. Let me turn this down a little bit. I'm sure y'all can hear me though. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Please subscribe. This was an act of terrorism. It was premeditated and an evil act. We do not access at this point that anyone else involved, now they quoting one of the FBI guys, anyone else involved in this attack is involved in this attack except Jabbar. What? It says FBI Deputy Christopher gives details in the New Orleans terrorist thing. So this is an act of terrorism. It was premeditated and an act of evil. We do not assess at this point that anyone else involved in this attack is involved in this attack except for Jabbar. Okay, so yeah, right. So he's talking about that. Jabbar picked up the Renault F-150 in Houston, Texas, December 30th. He said that this guy picked it up on the 28th. Man, come on now. They working together, or he set dude up. I'm gonna say Jabbar set up Matthew, if it's a setup. But it just still don't make sense though. He couldn't have been deceased the whole way if he had to be at the charging stations. And then I'm not even sure if it drives by itself at this point. But let's see what point are we making here? So he picked it up December 30th, the F-150. He then drove from Houston to New Orleans, okay, on the 31st, and he posted several videos to an online platform proclaiming his support for ISIS. Right. There were 5 videos posted on his account. In the first video, Jabbar explains he originally planned to harm his family, right, and his friends, but was concerned that new headlines would not focus on the war between the two. Okay. Yeah. They wouldn't focus on the war between the two, the believers and the disbelievers. Additionally, he has stated he had joined ISIS before the summer. He also provided a will and testament. 3 phones linked to Jabbar have been recovered. Additionally, we have recovered 2 laptops. FBI. Yeah, he did say that.
Focused on tracking down every piece of evidence.
So it'll be interesting. But that is the update. I don't want to stay too long. I was already live for 6 hours. Oh, let me move this picture. But yeah, what y'all think about that picture? Is that the same guy? Let me know. He didn't have a sleeve then, and maybe he hadn't been in the service yet at that time. He looked like he might have been younger on that picture. I'm not sure if it's the same person. Let's see. Yep, I think it is. He just don't have hair on his face on one picture. And then we got this. It just don't make sense. I mean, both in the military and do this. Very interesting. It's a nice car there, Elon. They might want to use these vehicles as military vehicles. They're so good. All they got to do is add some extra things and make them bulletproof too, while you're at it. He probably gonna sell a lot of them this year. What y'all think? I don't know, man. It's bigger than what we thinking, maybe. Very interesting. But shall the truth come out? Now his military ID and the ice cream pick look alike. They are bulletproof already? Okay, shoot. They are military vehicles, huh? Or they very close to it. It looked like that's what he was kind of... They not? I'm gonna have to look it up. Like, I always thought they was kind of ugly, you know, but it's different. It's all coordinated by the deep state. It's just the beginning. Betrayal is more of a driving force than racism. I don't know about that, though. Shoot. I don't know what anything stronger than racism, but jeez. Couldn't even break the window of the Trump Tower. Right, and this guy got all these special, he got SF. He got a lot of SF, special forces, behind or in front of his name. And you heard what his uncle said. He could have blew the whole half off that building if he wanted to. This is a skilled man, but according to his family. A relative, let's see if they say something else. The family added that Matthew possessed the expertise to level an entire hotel if he had been his intention. He says nothing here makes sense. Okay, yeah, we read that. Cybertruck was arranging contracts for retired special forces personnel to fight in Ukraine. He was also pictured wearing a Glory to Ukraine t-shirt. Yeah, I'm looking at the shirt. I guess that's... Somebody says, so Matthew drives the Cybertruck to the Trump Hotel, shoots himself within 17 seconds of arrival, and then the car blows up. Do Cybertrucks have fully automated driving? Yeah, if we thinking the same, or do they require someone doing the driving? Yep, see? And we already know the FBI is thinking this. That's why they said what they said. Like, they don't want to say this is him unless they know for sure. Somebody said, I mean, I love a good conspiracy theory, but has anyone thought that Matthew... Yeah, we already read that one. Hold on. All right. So we gonna take that update, and I'll be back tomorrow. If they report on anything else, we own it. Tesla can obtain all the data from the car. I bet, yeah. He picked up a vehicle that is designated to focus the blast on that exploding battery up and not out. Yeah, but why would he? Why would he pick up a vehicle like that? Because if it would have been out and not up, it definitely would have went through the front door. One thing I noticed too is that people were literally coming out of the building coming out of the door, like at least 3 of those doors was opening up at the same time that happened. But I mean, they did say that like 7 people had some injuries. I don't remember if they said minor injuries, but they ain't. They here. They still here. Undisclosed location. FBI in on it. Oh my God, man. What would be the reason? I mean, I don't know. Like, Tesla can obtain all data from the car. I think I read that. Totally. Oh my God, I totally know that guy. You do know him? You want to call in? Now I know how I know him. Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah, call in, Lisa. I didn't even know Street had already said that. Oh, you just said that. Boy, I'm bad with these comments. I heard Martians were on the scene. Wait, didn't they say he liked Trump? Yeah, they said he loved Trump. He loved Trump. Why would he go and do that? Make it make sense. Yeah, BFF, they did say that. They said that he loved Trump. Then I had read somewhere that he did, and then he turned. But that's not, I mean, his family saying what I just said. So he was they want war, certain parts of the government. Well, man, you can't call in. It's okay. It's okay. He just like the Winter Soldiers. Let me see where we at now. And so thank y'all for the 240. The numbers is moving, but it's still like thank you for the 256 votes. And so 36% says that you do believe that he was set up. So it's still more people saying it. 36, no, 30%. And I'm on the fence, 34%. But yeah, thank y'all. We gonna stay on it. We gonna stay on it. Cause shoot, we want to know what's going on. Thank y'all so much for tuning back in. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not. Set all notifications so you know every time I go live. And we gonna get up out of here. So I'll see y'all in the next live stream. Peace and love, y'all. Daryl. Peace and love, Edward. Thank you, BFF. Shout out to Sleuth Nation. Peace and love, y'all. We out.